Yeah.
Jerry, bring us the fuck in.
All right, here we go. Welcome back to another Friday of Dude Dads. What you got, Tom?
What I have is, we have a guest sitting across from us, but, we're going to be really cool today, very professional, so you and I are going to check in with each other very quickly for our listeners out there. Quick check-in. It's been an amazing week. I've used my privileges being self-employed to do very minimum work this week. Mm-hmm. We went golfing yesterday.
Yeah.
Thanks for elaborating on that.
Well, why don't you tell them?
You know what I mean?
Why don't you tell them how well I played and how shit you played?
Okay.
And then magically, when I left after 9 holes, you all of a sudden got good. Apparently, on the back 9. Well, it's weird how that happens.
You were bringing me down some. You know what I mean? You really hit a 10-foot ball off the driving tee.
One time.
I did it 3 times. But I did get a new pair of golf clubs from gigagolf.com. They were custom made. And I did like the way they hit. They hit far. They hit straight. If they didn't hit straight, that was my fault.
Yeah, it's definitely.
The back 9 at Maple Dale Country Club was very nice. I got to sit down at the country club, have some drinks, have food. It's Griswold special in there. I mean, it's like old brass. Have you ever been to Maple Dale Country Club?
No.
Mm-hmm. It's like if Griswold himself walked in there with his family, he was going to have dinner. That's what it looks like.
I like that. Yeah.
That's what the next time we go, I'm going to make sure I have a whole day so I can do that.
That's the check-in. We're going a little quicker today, guys, just because we have a guest. All right, let's get to the fishing report. All right, let's start with old Patty at Captain Bones.
Grouchy Patty.
I don't know that she is grouchy.
She's not.
I'm pretty sure she's pretty pleasant.
She's
Patty,
not grouchy whatsoever.
Patty at Captain Bones in Odessa. Weather was not the best. A few folks try to fish shoreline from Augustine Beach down to Woodland Beach. For the most part, they caught white perch, croakers, bloodworms, and fish bites.
They caught bloodworms?
I don't fucking know. I can't read. You know I'm dyslexic. I might have skipped a sentence. They caught white perch and croakers on bloodworms and fish bites. And catfish were taken on cut bunker. That was the first time they've mentioned catfish probably all year.
Yeah.
Broadkill Beach, Dan and Dan's Tackles said he hasn't heard of a fish at Broadkill Beach for over a week.
God damn it, son.
And again, it's for sale. If you need it, we got 2 realtors in the room and 1 lender. We can get it done. Indian River Inlet, Old Bait and Tackle, said sheepshead and croaker were caught on Thursday. This was the first positive report in almost a week, so it's not great out there. Rick's Bait and Tackle said back bays still hold croaker with some best fishing done at Massey's Landing on bloodworms, fish bites, peeler crabs, and squid strips. Flounder are also around and will attack large minnows as usual. And the rest, go fuck yourself. Let's jump into this.
So this is the first in-house guest we've had in a fucking long time.
At least a year.
It's been a minute. Yeah, we kind of went to just us for a while. Sure. And look, man, let's be honest. This podcast shit is not fucking easy.
Yeah.
Right? People go, hey, we're just gonna have a conversation and we're gonna put mics in our face.
Yep.
And we realized very quickly the tech side is just fuck, man. I mean, really? Make sure you're recording and the iPads are recording and the camera's good quality and you have 14 SD cards and all that shit. So anyway, we took a pause, Matt, dialed in our own stuff first. Now, so I reached out to you. Lou and I go way back. Actually, I don't know if you remember this. Mm-hmm. You were like one of the first folks I talked to on my very first real estate deal with Josh Sell.
Yes.
That flip. And
very much so. I remember that very distinctly. And so we got kind of going.
Yeah, we had just a mess, and Josh said, hey, talk to my buddy Lou. If Lou can't get it done, nobody can. Mm-hmm. And you ended up not doing it. The original bank fixed their errors, but that's how you and I met. Yep. And like, Lou's a super fucking cool guy. I realized real quick he's a solid scumbag dad, just like myself. Yep. Likes to have a great time. Recently, though, his daughter, Maya, has fucking blown up on TikTok, and I don't want to say it's all Lou's,
it's off of Lou's back.
I mean, it kind of is off your back a little bit.
It's off my back a little bit.
But the greatest thing, so if you is it Maya Scent?
Yep.
Yeah, MAYACENT. And she does a lot of food stuff, a lot of food reviews. And then I think just by happenstance, just started videoing you coming home from like the starboard. And in a Lou in his natural habitat, right? So yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming down and bullshitting with us just because, well, one, we're due to catch up. 2, it's going to be fun because you're never not a good time.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I think the last time we hung out was actually at Starboard.
It was
probably the last 2 times.
Yep.
Yeah. So one quick story. Me and Lou one day had a work meeting.
Hey, fun.
Yeah, let's meet for lunch at Starboard.
Oh yeah.
And we're sitting out on the deck, just him and I, and I was, I had to go home, and I'm drinking tequila. We drank fucking everything, and Pam's like, "Are you gonna be okay to drive home?" Because my text messages to her started getting like, really, she had to decipher some shit.
A little silly.
Next thing I know, I'm in Lou's condo. We're bullshitting. We're drinking beer in there. I remember riding somebody's mini bike or scooter around town. I'm in people's yards. I couldn't even make turns. I went to make a turn too quick. I ended up in somebody's yard, and there's all these like college kids, or maybe they were high school kids then. I don't fucking know.
Probably college.
Yeah, I know. But so how many kids do you have?
3.
3. That's what I thought. You have a son and 2 daughters?
Yeah. Yep. Correct.
Okay. All right. How old are they?
Jilly is the oldest, 25, and then Nick is the 23-year-old, and then I have a 22. Maya's 22 now. Gosh. So I can't believe that she's 22.
Dude.
She's still this, like a little short kid. I feel like, I still think of her as like a 6-year-old. It's just crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. So like you're entering into like the fun friend phase of a parent.
It's been that way for me for the last, I'd say, 3 or 4 years. It's been that way, but it's been fun, especially down in Dewey, man, because all the girls and the boys have their friends, and I would be hanging out with them and partying with them, and I'd come home, they'd be like, "Lou, let's go," and I'd be like, "All right." I mean, it was just a lot of work.
It keeps you young though.
I guess so, man. Who knows what's going on with the body inside? But yeah, we'll see.
How do you feel the next morning after those nights?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. There's some days I'm just like, holy smokes. I mean, I could sleep in pretty good. I could. I really did. And I admit, and Peggy used to, my wife, man, that's her name, Peggy. She'd be like, "Jesus, I just did a walk. I did this, walked the dog. I did an exercise, came back, and you're still in bed at 10:30. I'm like,
"What a fucking loser."
Oh, yes, I am. And I'm like, I can't believe this. And I did that, man. I mean, I'm starting to get a little better. I'm like, I got to get home. I got to get to bed earlier now, which I've been doing lately, just recently, though. And I'm not talking about in a year or two. I'm talking like the last 2 months.
So how old are you?
55, man.
All right, I guess right. I said you had to be about 55.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Dewey?
9 years.
9 years.
9 hard years, man. That's hear my voice.
18 years in another beach.
I know.
What do you? Did you spend a lot of time there before you bought? You had to have if you wanted to buy
not
there.
near as much because I was down in Bethany. I had a place in Bethany. My parents have a place in Bethany, so we either stayed there or we stayed at I bought my new house there. So yes, I was there. I grew up in Bethany as far as a beach house place. So, but the funny thing is Bethany was just too quiet for us, and then we just took a 180-degree turn and went right to Dewey.
Wow,
and that's when it all just went blow up, and then everybody loved it. Yeah, and then everybody was like, all the kids were like, "Yeah, Daddy," they're all teenagers, and next thing you know, they got jobs at Grottos or wherever the other restaurants were, and it's just been, and the rest is sort of history from there.
Dude, that's so fucking phenomenal, and there's so many parents, adults, right? I use the term adults with us loosely.
Yeah.
If they go the opposite direction, they may have had a place in Dewey, and they're like, "This is too fucking rowdy, man. I can't deal with this. Let me go to Bethany." You know what I mean? To get quiet. You went the opposite direction.
In fact, right now the wife's talking about wants to move maybe somewhere else and move into Rehoboth, and I'm thinking, man, that's an argument we're going to have. In fact, probably today. I just don't see myself getting out of there because I love when I'm looking out my porch and I see people walking by and the action. I just love that.
Yeah. I ran into you another time I saw you down. I was down at a bachelor party. We walked by. You were on the balcony.
Yes.
And you're like, Jay! And we're all walking down the street.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. That was last year or the year before. It was last year. It wasn't this year.
No, that was legit.
It was last year.
No, 2017, bro.
No, because was it that long ago?
It was. In our years, it feels like last year. Because it was
everything's
Tristan's
going so fast.
Tristan's bachelor party.
Okay.
We're
That's
walking,
right.
Because we had a house on Dodge Street, so we walked that way to get to Bottom Cork. And I still, when I go down your place, I know it's a little more busy now with your kids being older. Yeah. Because I'm like, Lou said I could park here.
Anytime. Nobody's there. That's what I love doing, man. I love taking care of my friends. And I love doing, I'm like, dude, I'll make moves. I'll move people around. I check to my neighbor. My neighbors are right in my same group. I'm the president of that little association.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, guys, I take care of the land. I take care of all the yard. I do all the shit for them. I'm like, you're going to let me have my buddy park behind you. That's how it's going to go. Like I'm kind of like I do a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a good trade-off.
When you're first coming up on the beach scene, like say you're like 16, you just got your car. Like, it's probably the first thing you learn. Like, all right, where can we park?
Yep.
Who do we know?
Yep.
And then what is the geometry? How many cars I can fit in a
That's what I do.
parking spot? And people are like, you can actually park in their yards. Like, you can actually park in everyone's front yard.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's fun. I just want everybody to have fun. I really do. I really want everybody to enjoy and enjoy it.
Dewey's good for like you could go to the house. Yeah. Then you just walk out to Starboard real quick. Like, hey, you know what? I gotta run back to the house real quick. I got some people showing up and run back. Rehoboth, not so much because you have to go downtown.
You do.
And then the traffic is ungodly there.
It's either a drive or a scary bike ride.
Walking traffic in Dewey's like you might catch a fun group on the way to the bar and meet some cool people. Yeah. Dewey, not so much. You know what I mean?
It wasn't that long ago. It was probably a month ago. Some of the end of summer, we were down there. We were down in Sussex County, and I told my wife, I said, let's go to Starboard, grab a late lunch. Yeah. And we always park by your place in that strip of public parking. Yeah. And it was like a Wednesday, and your place was empty. And I was like, dude, I should just fucking text Lou. I'm like, I haven't talked to him in so long. I feel bad doing it because I hadn't talked to you in so long.
I'm not like that.
I know you're not.
It's so not me. I'm like, dude, I'm glad you connected. I'm like, yeah. And people are like, well, aren't you people just using you, Lou? And I'm like, dude, I don't think it that way. I don't look at it like that. I don't look at it like, and some people do think like, oh man, he's just calling because you're like, you know what? I have a lot of friends. I'm like, I don't care. Like, you know what? If I'm going to reconnect with someone by being that person and being nice like that, I'm cool with that. Like I don't look at it that way. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah, and I deep down I do know that.
I don't have that like, oh, he's just, calling me to get I look at it like, thanks for reaching out. Yeah. You're my friend, and it's cool that you did, and I want to help you. Yeah.
Plus, that's just how I roll. You can just not talk to a guy for 8 years like, yeah, we're some
I don't give a shit. Yeah. I don't look at it like that. Yeah. No, I'm not a heat, that's just something that never been in my brain.
You are an epitome of a dude.
So what are you drinking at Starboard? What's the choice of drink there?
For me, I mean, obviously I'll do an Orange Crush, but honestly for me, because I drink kind of fast.
Yeah,
I stick with.
You're in a safe zone. You don't have to worry.
All right, cool. I stick with Coors Light. I stick with Miller Light. I won't drink Bud Light. Sorry.
Do you order multiples at once once it's really packed?
Yeah.
That's always.
I'll drink. I'll pull
double fist at Starboard. Like I'm not going back up there. Like it's fucking insane.
You couldn't be more correct. I mean, anybody who goes up to a go and you know it's a crazy place, and I'm like, oh my god, 2 Coors Lights. Bring them over, and I'll have one done in 3 minutes.
That's your starter, and then you can sip the second one.
Sip the other one if you want to call it.
Who's your bartender there? Who's your favorite?
I've got 2 or 3 at there. I mean, I would say, God, you know what? Maddie's there a lot. I like Maddie a lot because I've known him the most. Mm-hmm. But they all are really. Casey is actually probably one of my favorite too because Casey is a guy that parks. I've always let him park in front of my house, and he's always got a cool car he drives, and he's just the nicest guy in the world. He's a younger kid. I think he's in his 30s, but just a super nice kid. So, but I like them all. Like,
the ones that have been there for the longest. Like,
I mean, Shelly's been there forever. She's amazing. A good girl, her and I have a running joke. I don't know if it's funny because Shelly and I had like a little freaking funny, like, I don't even know if it was, I don't know if I upset her one time or pissed her off, but she always gives me that funny look, like, Lou, what are you doing? Like that.
That's her personality.
It's funny, and it's just funny to me. Like I have such a kick out of that girl. I really do. I find her so funny, and
she's a good ball buster.
I just think they're all cool. And then Rex is awesome too. He knows my name. Like he remembers my name. Yeah. Like I just like them all, dude. Yeah. One of them, and I feel bad I don't remember their names all because I really don't. I don't make a big effort to make sure I know their name. That's my problem. Yeah, I don't, and I should. Amy's another one I like, but I don't really
named off half the fucking.
I know. I just don't. But I don't really like to. Like a lot of people in Dewey are like, I gotta know the bartenders, man. I gotta like be all like in the show. Yeah. I don't do that. No. Like for me, I'm just not into that. Like I gotta be all in and be in the in. I'm just going there to have fun.
Yeah. I like it natural. We've met during COVID. We really got to know and my wife befriended Marilyn. Mm-hmm. And they're like tight. Like they text each other anytime we go down the beach. Pam will text Marilyn and say like, hey, we're going to go sit on the beach. Are you free today? You want to come hang out? Whatever. She's a newer mom. And, we'll go the off season, right? All winter. Sure. Come there. And then one random day we'll go there in February or March or something like that. And I'll see Marilyn and I'm like, yo, what's up? And she'll immediately say, how's Pam? How's the kids? How are they doing? Wow. You know what I mean? She's super duper cool. Obviously, he doesn't work anymore, but Matt Hasseltine, he's a Smyrna guy. Tom, I don't know him as much. My wife and Tom know him pretty good.
Yeah.
Beef, Shelly, they're all fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me ask you this. We'll do it live. Do you want to golf in the Starboard Golf Tournament with us this year? We're down one. We need one. I'm going to be honest with
you. I'm not going to help you.
No, we're not in it to win it, bro.
Like, I golf like once a year, boys. I mean, I'll do it.
Sounds perfect for us.
But I'm BAD to the freaking capital BAD. Like, I don't know how to hit.
But you know how to have fun.
Yes, of course I know to do that.
That's the prerequisite.
That's my specialty.
So we've had a group of 4 guys. We've been in it since they were at Salt Pond.
Okay.
They got kicked off of Salt Pond because it's a shit show.
That's where my parents actually had it.
Okay. Yeah. So the first year we did it was the last year they had it at Salt Pond. And it's Salt Pond's like a mediocre course. Yeah. It's not super duper fancy. And it was a fucking shit show. And the residents finally said, enough, we're not doing it anymore. Yeah. So Monty changed it to Kings Creek. Yeah. And the price like quadrupled. Okay. So it's like $1,750 a foursome. But dude, I mean, you get every penny worth. And it turned into an invitational. So if you were in, you're in, right? So we've had a core group of guys. Well, this year we're down a man. And we've reached out to a couple of our friends, and he couldn't do it because it's like this year we were down 2. One is not out, the other one probably is out. But it's $450 a person.
When is it though?
September 29th. It's on a Monday, I believe.
To be honest with you, I think I can do it.
You can't?
I think I can.
Oh, you can. All right. Lou's in. You guys heard it. Lou, he would be a good
I think I can do it. You guys, just be honest with me, man. Like,
it doesn't matter.
I'm not good, man. I mean, I'm just my eye-hand coordination. I mean, people look at me and they're like, "You gotta look like an athlete." I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't look not like you two." I'm like,
we'll be playing best
Jesus
ball.
God, so, I mean, my hits are my short game might be somewhat okay, but
nah, dude. Honest to God, man. And since it's an invitational now, there's only like 25 foursomes. Yeah. But dude, every tee box there's. You'll get a 1. It'll be Woody's crab cakes. We'll be giving you crab cakes. And then you go to the next hole, and there's a Scotch cigar bar.
Oh, dude.
And then there's a Bloody Mary bar.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
So it's not like you're really playing golf.
Dude. And they have
like a best ball kind of thing, too?
Yeah. Yep.
So that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But is there a guy in there that's going to be pissed off that I suck?
No.
Who's the other third guy? It's you two and then who else?
Who's
the other guy? He's going to be hating me.
My buddy Matt. He's a Middletown police officer.
All right.
He's fucking awesome.
All right.
No, he's awesome.
I'm fine with that.
No, awesome, dude.
Who am I going to ride with in a car, dude? Am I going to be riding with you? Am I going to ride with Tommy?
Well, you can ride with me, whoever. Whoever, man. Doesn't matter.
Cop too. I don't care.
So, but beforehand.
I got a lot of talk. I got stuff to talk about.
They have a nice lunch. Nice lunch beforehand. Kristen and the Noise will be playing live. Yeah. They do a big national anthem. You go, you come back, open bar, a dinner afterwards. So it starts like 11. And go. Just clear your day. That's all.
That night?
And then you can go to, everybody goes back to Starboard usually afterwards. You know what I mean? If you're down for that.
I'm in.
So.
Sounds like a horrible time.
Dude, it sounds like a terrible time.
So, man, I'm glad I fucking thought of that. We were golfing. I was like, we got to find our fourth, man.
I'm down.
Cause I'm selective. I'm not going to pick anybody. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No,
so we can't pick
You'll have fun with Lewis. You'll have fun with Lewis. That'll be good. Yeah, we'll have a good time, man. It'll be fun to hang out in that environment. That'd be cool.
Dude, and I guarantee you'll see people you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And I'm sure you know Monty. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know Monty. Yep, everybody knows Monty, and I have good friends, Mario and Jen, that are that work Monty, and then they're friends with his wife, and also it's all all through that.
So you've obviously been a pretty phenomenal dad the past 20 something years.
I hope so.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of proof, right? Because your kids want to hang around with you.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the best attaboy that your kids are adults and they want to hang out with you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they have fun with you. Yeah. Like, it's very clear, like, Maya is not making fun of you. No. She's like, my dad's a fucking blast. He's way better than your dad. I'll be honest, like, I want to be that dad.
That's cool.
That's why, like, my kids are 8 and Jerry will be 8 soon. Charlotte just turned 12, and I like that their friends come over our house. Yeah. Right. We have big sleepovers, or all the neighborhood kids come over and eat all my fucking snacks. Yeah. But I like it because that means my kids aren't somewhere else.
I know.
You know what I mean?
With an unknown environment.
So if we can continue that, and they see we party and hang out on the weekends.
Yeah.
And we're the house that, like, if the adults are hanging out in the bar in the garage, everything's going on, the kids are outside playing, going fucking nuts. My house gets tore up because the kids are doing their thing. I don't care.
Yeah.
They're here. They're safe. You know what I mean? They might hear some shit that some people don't like, but they're safe, right?
Yep.
They're loved. So if we can continue that, and the next phase is when they get into their upper teens or early 20s and they're like your kids that go like, I want to be with dad. You know what I mean? That's a pretty good attaboy.
Yeah. Golden years of being a dad.
It is. I'm knock on wood. I hope I keep my health because I still want to have that fun with them.
Hell yeah.
Do. And, so yeah, it's been a good time.
And isn't that like I'm sure you've worked out to some degree your whole life, right? Or like you probably have a conscious effort of your health to some degree.
Totally.
Yeah. And at a certain point of your life, to me, it's maybe within the past few years has been, well, I got to stay healthy because I got young kids.
Yeah.
And I want to continue to like do things with them.
And work and provide.
Provide, that's right? Or at the very least, if my son wants to go run around in the backyard, I want to go do it with him.
Yeah.
Right? Or like if when my daughter gets 21, 22, I want to be with her when she goes out and have that energy to hang with those kids.
I want my daughter. I want to be part of. So growing up in Dewey, the girls probably are the most fun in Dewey. They get their big group of girls and like they're looking to have fucking fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want my daughter's group. I want to be in that group going out to have a fucking good time.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, they're fucking, no stress, no egos. They're fucking ready to rock.
Well, look at
and they're local too. Which is nice. You don't have to worry about driving that much usually.
Yeah,
we always had Lily Lingo's mom would always pick us up. We'd be fucking trash at the end of the night, but she's always mom like, hey, whenever you guys are done, I'll pick you guys up. We'll stop and get food, or I'll pre-order it, or she would cook at home. I'm like, this is the kind of parent I want to be later when I am one. You know what I mean? Just hosting all the Rugrats.
If you see some of the videos, not to interrupt you, Tom, but if you see some of the video, there's one with Maya and me come home at 2 a.m. hanging out on the grill. We're cooking shrimp. All her friends are just, it's in the TikTok, and Maya does such a great job with the captions, and her editing is just fantastic, and it just makes everybody it's just the way she presents it too. I mean, it's just good.
I can't wait to be there. I don't want to get there quickly, but I
take your time.
Fucking can't wait.
That's like
to me is like that's like if they were giving an award out, like here's your reward. You're gonna get to hang out with your kids. They're friends. They're all gonna love you. You're gonna be the fucking man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you go out and Dewey. You know what I mean? Just turn it up.
Yeah.
Right now it's hard to turn it up. My kids are 5 and 2.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't really turn it up.
You're molding them still. You're still molding them.
Yeah.
You're still molding them.
Yeah. There's no good. I always tell Candace, I'm like, there's no good time to drink. There's no good time.
Yeah.
If I drink, that means one of them's getting sick tonight.
Yeah.
One of them's waking up early.
Something's gonna back up on you. Yeah.
I can't wait to just be like, all right, cool. So I can bring War Child back out. Like, let me show you how I used to do it. You guys can take care of me now.
I have, and our kids have been in Dewey their entire lives, and we don't get there as much as you do. Obviously, we don't have a place, but we try to go down a lot. And I have pictures of Charlotte. She was 11 months old, standing at the bar at Cape Pasa with like a line of margaritas on the bar, and it was like 11:30 a.m. when we were there, and a picture of her walking around. The bar was outside, and then fast forward to the 2017-ish, when she was maybe 5 years old, and she's in the Starboard dancing. I mean, I got her like in front of kind of where the Bloody Mary bar is, with like her fists up in the air and her legs stomping, dancing. And then, we have all these pictures of her like sitting on the lifeguard stand at Dewey Beach or behind the rudder and stuff like that. So it's cool to see, and I hope they always appreciate it. Because they don't even say, are we going to the beach? They say, are we going to Dewey? Those kids go like, are we going to the beach this weekend? Are we going to the beach? Like, they say, are we going to Dewey? Because that's like the beach to them.
I mean, it's legendary. I mean, the amount of Ubers you see in Dewey is so ridiculous. I mean, it's a legendary place.
Do you remember the old rickshaws when they used to be in there?
No.
You didn't do Dewey when they had the rickshaws?
The bicyclist guys? The wagons?
Yeah. Sorry,
they still come around now, right?
They still come around. Sorry.
They do?
A little bit, yes.
Not as much as like the early 2000s.
Not as much as I see.
That was always the best. Like, all right, go. I'm like,
they're still.
Food first.
It's funny you say that, Tom. That was more a few years ago, but I still do see there's a guy with red hair. I should know his name because I'm just the worst.
Is that the guy from Milford, the Carrot Top guy?
It's the Carrot Top guy, and he
played tennis in Milford, and I think he bought that shack, that little shack where it used to be.
He probably did.
Whatever it is, I don't know what it is now, but the only little shack in Dewey that's at the long garage, essentially.
Yeah, like the Sharkies or something, I think it's what it is.
Down the street from Sharkies. And that used to be the rickshaw place. And I think that carrot top looking guy who used to play tennis in Milford, I forget his name now, but he bought it.
I don't know. Yeah, I forget his name too, and I should know his name. Again, like I'm not good at like, hey, let me go meet everybody. I gotta learn. I gotta know everybody's name. I gotta know. I don't really like get into all that. Like I gotta know everybody. And I just like
they know the face.
I think Dewey's in a very cool spot right now because so when I was lifeguarding in Dewey, there was a big push from Highway 1 wanting to make it a family town, and we used to get complaints all the time. Every time we rented our house, there would be people that complained about us. I remember we walked in to headquarters, and they're like, "Who's?" I don't even. This is when we lived. This is our Sweet Street's house. We've rented from an old ex Dewey lifeguard, and they're like, hey, we're getting complaints from you guys. Apparently you're playing fucking music to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then the guys are wondering, the people are wondering, how are you lifeguarding in the morning?
Yep.
We're like, well, fucked up. That's how we're lifeguarding.
Yeah.
And then I remember Captain came in. He's like, I can't get no fucking paperwork done in here because it smells like fucking booze. You all have your sunglasses on. There's a goddamn window in this place. I'm like, fuck, man.
Hysterical.
He made us swim out. He made us all swim out. Take a mouthful of water, swim back, and spit it out in front of them just to wash our mouths out so we can talk to people that morning. So like this big push to like make it like family town.
Yeah.
Which didn't really happen that much. The Hyatt definitely provided that some. But what you see now is like when I go to Starboard or I see in the mornings, I'm like, I remember all these people. We all used to party. Now they're all bringing their families. They didn't mean it, but everyone's bringing their families back now. So it's like a new generation of people I see now.
You're breaking them in. You're breaking them in.
You're all breaking. Yeah. So it's not becoming a family town, but now the people that are big Dewey goers, now it's like a traditionally built. It used to be a rite of passage to always live in Dewey.
Yeah.
Like every parent was like, if they had to, my mom did Dewey. She used to work at the Sunrise. And she was like, you got to do Dewey. Like, that's like a rite of passage. You got to spend some summers in Dewey. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to live it.
I feel very fortunate that I have a place there.
Yeah. You bought it at a good time, too.
I did. Bought it in 2016.
Dude, I remember when
I feel very fortunate.
You could buy a place in Rainbow Cove for like $180 when I was lifeguarding.
I know.
For like $180, you could buy Rainbow Cove, man.
There's 6 something now.
I know, it's so crazy.
You can't buy anything
the fuck out of those places, jam 12 people in those bitches.
Yeah.
Fucking freeze the air conditioner every night because some asshole come in all drunk, turn it the way fuck down, and frozen by the night, man. Yeah, I feel blessed. We got our spot in Rehoboth.
Sure.
We bought right at COVID for condo right at the Palms for $215. Now they sell in the 400s right after COVID.
Isn't it crazy?
It's all done down there. You can't afford.
It's hard to break in now. Jesus,
you can't sell your place.
I don't want to.
You can't.
I don't want to, and
at the very least, rent it a little bit.
That would be the idea.
Rent it a little bit to pay for the quiet place when you want to get quiet.
That's the only thing.
You know what I mean? So have 2 weeks a month is theirs, 2 weeks a month is yours. You know what I mean? But your kids ain't gonna let you do that.
Just go to somewhere fun.
There's still a deep interest for me to still be in that action.
Yeah.
The wife's a little bit more like, I want to get away and do the with stuff and go to like the restaurants and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'll do that too, but I'm still gonna have the Dewey thing on the side.
Just take the trolley over.
Like, I don't know, I'm like, that's what I said. We can do all the same shit you're talking about when I can be in Dewey too. I'm like,
plus there's really nice places in Dewey now, like the Claw and all that, like going upstairs and all that. It's really nice up there.
I love the Claw. It's one of my favorite spots.
When I got up there, go to upstairs.
I love the guys
up there. This is fucking. This is what I'm saying.
That's one of my favorite spots.
Built for now, the new generation comes back. I'm like, this is kind of elegant. Like, I kind of want this. Like, I'm not doing the Rumble Pit Laurel Lee Wednesday night at Starboard. I'm not gonna be up front. With the champagne bottle.
No, it's not me either. Like I didn't even do running the bull. Like I can't deal with all that stuff. Like I'd rather be on the outside looking in on that one because I just don't want to be in that crazy.
Because you're a local too.
Yeah,
dude. We were there 4th of July weekend, and it's the first time we were there 4th of July weekend in forever.
Total shit show.
And dude, I'm like, I told my wife, this is why we don't come down.
Yeah.
There's no locals. It's all super young, barely 21. I think you would agree. At any time in Dewey, you're kind of ageless, because there's
not living there.
No, but
I aged out in Dewey. I'm getting a little old to be living with people.
I don't know, man, because my mom said a few years ago, I'll never forget this. We were going down to jam session, we got a hotel, spending the night doing the whole Dewey thing, and she was like, "You think you're gonna like outgrow this soon?" And I'm like, "Absolutely not. Like I want to die here. Like, no fucking way.
That's what my mentality is.
Every age has always been.
Yeah, especially starboard.
And it's accepted.
To go starboard and hook up with cougars. I loved it all.
It is accepted to be older and still be in Dewey.
It is,
That's
man.
the cool thing about it.
Now, if you're a cool dad, you're even fucking
You're
better.
fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Now you're like.
Can you imagine going to UD and like partying at Deer Park right now? Like
Well, I might be doing that tomorrow.
Well,
actually.
homecoming, is it homecoming? Or no? Or is it just your fraternity?
UConn. I don't know if it's anything more than just a regular.
Yeah,
game,
homecoming's in October, I think.
Yeah.
That's
right.
But I mean, just say a random springtime night, you go to Klondike Kate's, you're probably going to stand out.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be like, oh, the old guys at the bar. But Dewey is not like that, man. You go to Starboard, there's all ages,
There
man.
also is a way you carry yourself, too. If
For sure.
I carry myself, not to brag or anything, like, please, I'm trying not to. I carry myself like a young kid. I do, and I just want to, I feel like my hair is actually really still there. And I'm like a young kid still, like I still want to, I'm not trying to like hit on a little girl by no means, but I'm just saying like, I am looking at like, let me have fun with these guys.
I agree with you.
And see what their mentality is. I want to hear what they think and what their ideas are.
That's the way you should be.
I
always thought as a young person then it was cool to look up to adults having fun and being themselves and like seeing a group of old ladies that get all dressed up. Like that was our big night. We come down to Dewey. We got to start. We're all dressed up in some theme. I'm like, I fucking love this.
There's something you can do that and not be creepy. 100%. That's what I say. I do it without I do it without being creepy.
You can dress up your neighborhood too.
Because there's some creepy. Can I say it? There's some creepy motherfuckers out there.
There is.
I mean, my kids are, my daughters are like, this guy came up to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, Jesus Christ, like you're hitting on a 24-year-old girl and you're 50-some. Like, dude, just like, I'm sorry, I just don't even. I don't go for that.
We've talked about that a number of times on this podcast, and even with my buddies casually, it's like. So I'll be 45 next month, and like I could see a 23, 25-year-old woman and say like, oh, she's pretty. But I'm in no way sexually attracted to her.
Not at all.
Whatsoever.
That's the same way I've always told that to my buddies. I'm always like, she's beautiful, but I'm not looking at her in that way.
No.
I'm looking at her in a healthy, like, that's a pretty girl. She's going to look for a good-looking guy that's in her younger years.
You remember your own life in those ages.
Yes.
You see yourself. You're like, oh, yeah, we're chasing the pretty girls and all that. You know what I mean? Like, you just love seeing the chase of all of it. You know what I mean?
But when I see a 35, 40-year-old mom.
That's a different story.
I'm like,
oh, no, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
That's a whole different ballgame.
I can tell you how to
35 plus.
Twin turbos on.
35. When you hit 35, that's all bets are off. That's it. And they're younger. And the younger ones are going, you're okay there.
Yeah. And you see that.
You're like, inappropriate.
Once you get one wrinkle or any imperfection, they're already good. Now they're yours.
Good crow's feet. You know what I mean?
I can tell you had a couple kids. Look at them hips. You procreate, girl. Oh, then the Viking comes out of me. Like, damn it, man. But no, I'm not.
Tits.
Oh, bro.
A couple new whipples.
And that's the new thing now. We talked about this a week or two ago. Like, you see these moms that are in their, late 30s, early 40s or so. And like the big thing is like getting the mommy makeover. And there's a demographic, mostly boomers, that like hate it. But it's like, why wouldn't they want to do that? Why wouldn't they want to take care of themselves? Don't they deserve it for having the 2, 3, 4 kids? Let them get the tummy tuck.
Why not?
Fuck yeah, they're having fun. You know what I mean?
Also, I think it's a good way to show your kids how to healthily drink and have fun and like do it safely and look cool and also not try to be cool. Just sit back. Like you're saying, sit back. Let the cool come to you. Don't be trying to be up in the mix. Like, I know the bartenders. This isn't them. Like, shut the fuck up. Just hang back. Just hang the fuck back. Tight. Be cool. You know what I mean?
So,
go ahead.
No, I
was going to say, have you made a goal? You said you have a son.
Yep.
Have you outdrank him?
Yeah, we had a contest when we went to Pennsylvania into a cabin. Let's see, it was my really good friend, Tim Conway, and he's actually on one of the videos that's in the ceiling one. Which
the FaceTime?
Yeah, he's in the guy, the FaceTime, which is great. He's basically one of my best friends. And our 2 kids went, and he and I, against my son and he, had a freaking contest, and we blew him out, man.
Fuck
we
yeah,
went
dude.
at it, man. Yeah, I can pound, dude. And we were out, and my friend's like a pyro, so we lit up a freaking fire. I just love all that camping shit, dude. That's my big thing.
Hell yeah.
That shit, like outdoor shit. So, but yeah, that's what we do. I've actually, I could probably beat my son out right now. I bet.
That's amazing. Not the same thing, but along the same lines. My dad used to always say, there comes a time in every boy's life where he thinks he could whoop his old man's ass.
Yeah.
And that's not just like physically fighting. It's like the other things too. Like, motherfucker, I wasn't born the way I am.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there, done that.
Yep.
Like, I know how to do it. You know, you're just a young kid that thinks something.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I freaking love that, man.
I can't wait to watch my son just drink terrible drinks and just to know, like, he's going to be fucking hammered, bombed.
It's funny.
We have a good, one of our, my buddy Drew, his parents were one of those parents, like, we would always drink in Dewey with them.
Yeah.
And then we'd watch, like, him or, like, his younger brother would get absolutely sloshed. And I'd just watch his dad, like, look at this fucking idiot. You know what I mean? And his dad's just, like, knocking him back, and, like, his son's fucking passed out. I'm like, this is fucking great.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
My senior year, and the summer after I graduated high school, it was actually the last family vacation, all for my family, my mom, dad, and my sister and I, and my girlfriend at the time rented a house in Dewey for the week. And, it was like the end of summer. And it was back in the day where 18-year-old can get into the rudder fairly easy.
Yeah.
And, I was in there and we're watching a band play and I'm standing next to my mom, my dad. And the shot girl comes around with the remember the test tube shots they used to pass around? And she comes around with the tray, whatever, and my mom ordered them for all of us. Cool, and like doing a shot with my parents in Dewey, underage. Yeah. And I think about that often because of like where my kids are. And then like, okay, in a blink, like Charlotte just turned 12 the other day. In a blink, she's going to be fucking 21.
16, 17.
So I know the last 12 years, how fast that went.
Yeah.
With the next 12 years,
it goes faster. It goes faster.
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to go slower.
Just be ready for the stress part, though. There's a stress part of the teenager. I'm just letting you know. That was the most stressful part of my entire adulthood.
So, yeah, tell me about that. What your first kid that started driving, how'd you handle that?
The driving wasn't as much as it was the trying to make sure they were, like, safe.
Yeah.
They got that part, too, obviously, but it was the drinking. And I'm trying to be the
like
dad.
Friday nights.
Yeah, I'm trying to be the dad. It's like, look, I don't want to, like, say you can't do it. I don't want to try to be too strict. But it was like, I mean, I did have, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I had kids come over to my house and I would take the keys and bring the backpacks. I mean, I'm probably too easy. I'm way too easy. And I would let them go. And I know they were down there probably having some drinks, but they had no keys. Like, I took them all, hid them. They were in my freaking, I don't even want to tell you where the hiding place was. There was no way they could find them. And they were all friends. It wasn't like 30 kids. It would be like 8, 10 kids. You know, they'd be out there and just,
and the ones you trust.
Go down there. I would trust them. I knew them.
Yeah.
So it would never be like a big, like 40 kid party. It'd be like 8, 9. They were all friends. It was boys and girls. And then they would figure out where they were going to sleep. And then I'd be like, you guys are going to sleep up here. I get it all squared away. But that was the hardest part.
And that's up north too. So like,
it was going on up there too. And I was, like I said, I mean, I was the easygoing dad. I was. I just know I was worried about safety.
We good? Checking?
Yeah, I just want to. I like to check every once in a while.
You never fucking know around here,
dude. We've done podcasts that have been.
What are you checking on right there?
I just want to make sure the mics are on. Everything.
Yeah, because it feels like the mics aren't even on.
Conversations,
and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I didn't hit fucking record.
Like, what the fuck? Quite a few of those. Yeah, dude, there was always a couple parents though. So I grew up in Smyrna. Yeah. And, around here it was just farms. So, like, it was easy to get bored. So, like, I can remember Friday night lights. Like, we play football. The speech at the end of the night, like, all right, you guys go out. We know you're going to drink.
Yeah.
Be fucking safe. Somebody have a bonfire in a fucking field, you know what I mean? And then eventually you would make your way back to, like, 1 or 2 parents that, like, will let everybody come over.
Yep.
Everyone had to sleep there. They ain't fucking rolling in. No dumbass boyfriends are coming over late night.
Yep.
And, like, it was just a few trusted people that could drink at that house, and everybody slept there, and that did make for safe memory making. You know what I mean?
The kids had a good time. That's like I made it so they didn't like. I just
tried to drink. They're going to drink. If they're not going to do it at your place, they're going to do it somewhere.
Look, they're going to do it somewhere else. And I was always like, I'd rather them be here, watching them, making sure that everything's safe, and I'd be up till 2 o'clock in the morning almost every single night on Friday and Saturday when that shit was going on.
I can imagine like
every
now,
night.
like when I grew up in Smyrna, man, like we could do that. We used to drive around, but there wasn't anybody on the roads around here. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how that is going to be for your son, my son. It's like
it's a different
there was
world
nobody
now.
Like. I grew up here when there was nothing. Like I might get on a dirt bike at the middle of the night and go take it down the road. We used to take golf carts down the road and shit, like 4-wheelers. Like it was like You just wouldn't see nobody.
Sure. So
now I'm like, people are fucking texting. So now I'm always saying like, so by the time he's in school, he's going to be passing. How many cars? Every day I drive so much. There's cars that swerve at me every day texting. I'm like, this motherfucker can't be drinking on the road. Like, they're going to have a safe spot.
So Tom's childhood home is in the same neighborhood that I live in. His actually childhood home is across the street from my house, which is right up the road, up 300 here.
Okay.
And cool. He says, he's like, yeah, when I was a kid, I would like just walk or ride or skateboard or whatever the fuck into town.
Yeah.
And 300 is a fucking highway now. Yeah. And I'm like, there's no way I would let my preteen kid walk to town or ride their bike to town on 300 now. And that was just 20 years ago.
That's all we did.
You know what I mean?
I would like, hey, I'm going out for today. I'm riding in town. And I'd go, first thing I do is check in at Smyrna Pool. Like, yo, I'm at Smyrna Pool. All right, see you. You know, get a collect call. Hey, pick me up at Eckert's. Bye. Pick me up at Eckert's. You have a collect call from pick me up at Eckert's.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was when Smyrna was more like local. Now you've got people coming from Jersey and like all the Philly and all. So you got a lot of other population. So I feel like you guys at that time when you guys went to high school at Smyrna, did you go to Smyrna? Yeah. That was more like, hey, look, I know that guy. I grew up with him. Yes. Now it's probably a little. It's just the way it's changing.
And we try to do. It's still like that here.
Okay.
So like
cool.
my wife's a teacher at the high school. My wife lived here her whole entire life, graduated from Smyrna High. She's a teacher at Smyrna High now.
She's in my class.
So cool.
They graduated together, right? So Tom and my wife.
Oh, that's awesome.
My wife actually works with teachers that taught her when she was in school.
Oh, that's cool.
So we know everybody, right? And we always tell our kids, like, you're not going to be able to fucking fart in this town without me knowing. Yeah. So there's two sides of it. There's a great side because I have a whole community that treats my child like their own and takes care of them, right? And we go to football games. Like tonight, we're going to go to the high school football game. First home game, everybody's going to be there. My kids are going to go, can I go play? Yep, go ahead, go play. And we'll let them run the stadium and do their thing, play football off the side and all the things. And I'll check in every once in a while. But I know that so-and-so is down there, and they'll see 6 people along the way that has an eye on them, right?
Okay, cool.
But the downside is we go to some place like New York City. They think, well, I can just do that here too. I can just walk away from mom and dad for a second. And my wife had to have a real come-into-Jesus meeting with my kids. They went to New York City without me. And my wife's like, look, hold my hand. Yeah. If you let go, if I lose you, I cannot find you. Yeah. You're gone forever, right? Yeah. Because they have this false sense of security because, well, we're used to being here and I know everyone and I'm safe, but like, it's not like that everywhere. It's not like that all over the world, all over the state. You know what I mean? So it's those parenting moments of like trying to say, hey, know where you're at, know your surroundings, but it's not always going to be good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So is Smyrna still like, would you say small town kind of thing still?
Yeah.
You guys still give that? That's cool.
Yeah. They really hold on to
all
it.
Right, that's cool. That's cool.
That's about all we're holding on to over here.
They're trying.
Not a lot going on here.
They're really trying to hold on to
this. There's a place you come to eat, sleep, and go to work, and that's about it. Like you're going somewhere else on a weekend.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't hate that though. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I hate we don't have nicer things like Middletown does, like more places to eat.
I know to eat, all that stuff.
But at the same time, it's like I like the small community, and I'll drive 15 minutes for something else.
Yeah.
I do like the community feel because you could look around and find bad anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you could also look around and find the good here. That like I have friends in the schools that my kids go to and that teach my kid. And I know they love my kid like I love them. Yep. Right. And I feel wonderful sending them to the schools here because of that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you can't get that at like William Penn.
No, you won't get it at the bigger schools.
Where'd your kids go to school at?
They went to charter and also DMA. So it was,
okay.
You know, I mean, it was, you know, you felt they were safe. They were safe. Yeah. I mean, they were fine. It's just, but again, you're still in like, you know, the city of Wilmington, you know what I mean? Yeah. So you're not, the community feel is still not as, in my opinion, as strong as it is here. Yeah. I just feel like you're in a small town kind of thing, which I grew up in like the suburbs, you know, like the Newark up north suburbs. So there was a little bit there, but not to you guys.
They called us when we all lifeguarded down Dewey. They called us Team Smyrna because we just rolled down there so deep. Yeah. Captain Fritzman's from Smyrna, so it was like
Scott.
It kind of got the green light on like fucking knuckleheads down there.
Is Fritz? Wait, what's the captain of the lifeguards down there?
Fritzman.
Todd. Yeah. So Todd is. Funny story. When I was doing a repair, the girls were calling me because I like doing little like handyman shit. And one of the girls that was living with I even had the kids have friends stay with us the whole summer. Yeah. Okay, like I was that kind of guy. Like I had people stay with us, right? So they called me, and one of the kids, I come rolling into the house off of, I forget whatever street it is. It's off Dodd or something. And they thought I was Todd Frickman. Because at that time, I was actually working out even more than I was now. And I was like, that's the biggest compliment. And they're all in the room. Tom, they were like, oh, what's up? Dude's like, yo, and he was like, I thought you were my freaking captain, man. I'm freaking out. I'm like, dude, it's just me. I'm just here with a book. I'm just here with a toolbox ready to fix your door. That's what I'm doing. Great. Oh, it was hysterical. They were loving me, dude. Amazing. It was just, it's the way they would call me like, Lou, come over, man. We knew that I would do it. Yeah. I would love it. I would love coming over and helping. It was fun.
I had a great Dewey, almost like a nice Dewey blessing of all the stuff I've done in Dewey. I ended up having my wedding in Dewey.
Oh, and, cool.
I used to work for Dave Lynham too.
Yeah. My daughter worked for them.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. I called Dave. I was like, "Hey, Dave, can you bring me out a beach shack early? I want to do Dewey right before the season starts because it's still open container. Because
sure.
I don't know how it is now, but Dewey's always been after season. You could walk around with a bottle.
Yeah.
And you could sit there with a keg, out of anywhere, just drive it. And we used to take a radio flyer and put a keg in it. And we used to do the thing called March of the Penguins in the winter. And we'd sit out in front of every bar and drink out of a keg.
Nice.
So I was like, we'll do that. He brings the beach shack out, and we're getting it all prepared. And dude, literally like 30 minutes from away, I'm at fucking Walmart getting an extension cord so the guy that's playing guitar can have power. I get down there and everyone's starting to come over. I'm like, oh fuck, man, because you're allowed to have the wedding. You're not allowed to have the ceremony. But I'm like, yo, you know how I ride. I'm going to fucking do both. I'm doing it all.
You mean the reception?
Sure.
You can't have the reception there. Yeah, you can't have this reception there at all.
Reception, yeah.
I was like, well, we're having a reception. Like, we're doing this thing.
Sure.
And sure enough, everyone starts coming on the hill. I'm like, oh, fuck, man, this is too many people. There's some old fucking lady's definitely going to narc on me. That's all I can remember from my lifeguard days. It's always some white
Karen out there, man.
Always some Karen out there. This is against the rules. And sure enough, I see the lifeguards come down. I'm like, fuck, two things. When did they start lifeguarding this early? Yep. Two, I'm like, we're fucked. I see him on the radio. I'm like, this is not great. And sure enough, he's like, hey, hold up a second. I'm like, hold up a second. I'm like, that's not good. He's getting someone else. And then sure enough, Todd Frischman comes up. He's like, Tom? I'm like, Todd? He's like, is this your wedding? He's like, I was like, yeah, man. He's like, am I good? He's like, man, good. He's like, nobody's going to bother you today. I was like, fucking A, thank you. I'm like, thank you for all my work in Dewey.
That's the universe.
Thank you. It's good. And everything is good. Isn't it? One of the nicest feelings in the world is to have to know somebody. You're doing something a little off.
Oh, yeah.
And then someone comes rolling in and goes, I've got you. Like, that's what's cool about having that.
That only happens there.
But no, it also, that's why you should always be a good person.
Yes.
That's why you should always talk to someone. You always got to say, like, my wife gets on me. I was going to do a social shot with you, but it's okay.
Oh, God, I'm sorry,
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking
shit. Here, let's
but, like, my wife always says, like, like you talk to everybody or I'm that guy. I'll talk to anyone. I'll befriend you. My default is you're my friend until you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I don't want to say that's why you do it, but that's the benefit of it is because if you're a good person and you talk to people and you show your true heart, and then sometimes you're doing something you're not supposed to do, and they go, you know what, you're okay because I know your intentions, I know you're not a scumbag, you didn't treat me like an asshole, so I'm not going to treat you like an asshole. And like, can you imagine if the whole world did that? Can you imagine if like everybody just fucking, we just treated each other, like we're face to face and not across social media? You know what I mean?
Agreed.
And it's like one of the, and that's proof of it right there. If Tom wasn't in that position, they would have shut it the fuck down just because they could, right? Well, you're not supposed to be doing this, and I don't know you, and you never did anything for me, so we're just going to shut it down.
God knows how many calls Todd probably was like, whatever.
Yeah,
we're going to let it go for a few hours, and it's going to be because your wedding was early, right?
It was earlier. I mean, the beach shack got a little crazy. I mean, it turned into a hot box, a fucking full out bar. I mean, they made a nice big bonfire, got all the chairs out and shit. It was nice, man. You know, we're all out there just literally hotboxing the fucking beach shack and shit. And
just like you
see, what I don't understand though, Tom, is who would get upset over that? You're in Dewey. You got to accept
some Karen.
Well, here's what I understand. When you're in Dewey, you sign a freaking piece of paper that says, I'm going to put up with a shit show.
Every
100%.
You are signing I signed it. When I went in there, I said, I am signing off
it's
on
no secret.
my freaking like
quiet
privacy.
time.
Dude,
that's it.
Every year, somebody would always complain about the lifeguards, the lifeguard house. I'm like, you live in Dewey. What did you expect?
What did you expect?
One time we lived next to a state trooper, and thank God he was cool, man. He came over, we played. So every morning you wake up in Dewey, we would do a roll call. Because you wake up, there's probably 30 people sleeping in your house. You don't know fucking 29 of them. You know what I mean? You're like, so we'd always blast our whistles ASAP. As soon as we're waking up, hit the fucking Fox 40. We turn on Party in USA by Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus.
Every fucking morning. One morning, the state trooper comes and is like, if you play that fucking song one more time, I'm going to fucking murder you guys. But he's like, other than that, you guys are great. You know what I mean? He's like, he said to me, he's like, I'll never complain about you guys. I was like, we need more people. But then always a Karen. So when I lifeguarded and I'd walk the beach, I got ratted on so many times by fucking little old white ladies out there just pretending to read the book, but just looking to narc on you. I'd have this big action circle around my lifeguard stand that no one could sit near me because they'd try to listen to the radio, see what I was doing. One time I had to run gauntlets on all my lunches for a week because some lady said I was playing on my Game Boy.
Game Boy?
Dude, I went down and I talked to Muskie. I was like, Muskie's like, are you playing on a Game Boy? I was like, Muskie, who the fuck has a Game Boy?
Yeah, who's
I'm
got
like,
a Game
it's
Boy?
my iPod. I'm going like, she said you're like doing this. I'm like, yeah, the sun's out. I'm trying to
flare up the freaking, trying to flip up,
Oh, yeah, okay. He's like, you still got to run the gauntlets, though. One time I got in trouble because the lady said I was talking to too many people. I wasn't lifeguarding. I was on my stand. I was like, yeah, I was doing an alcohol check. I'm like, I'm literally talking to motherfuckers, and I got to do a gauntlet on my lunch again.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck.
I've never been that good at that, man.
That's why I always say on this podcast, I don't trust old white ladies.
Yeah, I got a real problem with Karens, man. I do. Like, that's really a sore spot for me.
And you live in Dewey.
And this whole Phillies thing has just been wonderful. This whole, like, you guys know the story with the Phillies fan and all that.
Oh, yeah.
That's been great because that really put the Karen freak down.
Yeah, they're going to go.
So I'm hoping that might stave off some of the other Karens.
Stifle themselves. Yeah.
I'm hoping that does help a little bit because that's just,
that's probably where it got bred the most in me is down in Dewey. Is those Karens down there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you chose to live here.
What are you doing here?
You bought here.
Yeah, go to Bethany.
How the fuck didn't you
go to Bethany, nerd?
Go to Bethany or something. How the fuck didn't you know this is a party town? Like,
there's a town called Ocean View. You want to go down there?
Dude, Lou, thank you for being here.
Yeah, man.
Cheers,
thank
my
you
man.
Guys. This has been great. Thank you so much for inviting me. I've had
10 or 15 more minutes.
Yeah.
Oh God, don't fight me. That was warm.
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to use this one now because I have what I see as my older self right in front of me. Something that I'm hoping to be, which is a cool dad.
Cool.
The other morning, or not morning, it was just a couple days ago. I'm in my. Sometimes when I'm cleaning the house, I'll just throw my headsets on and fucking jam out.
Me too.
And I'm like thinking about past people that I've had in my life that died, and now that I'm a dad, and we have dead dads that died early.
My dad just passed away last week.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. Yeah, terrible.
Tough. Actually, it was Monday. I did the funeral. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
That's
So I was sitting there thinking, like, sometimes I get caught on death so much because of that. I'm like, man, I got to make the most memories. And I also tell myself, slow the fuck down. Like, you're going to be fine. Like, I'm always thinking, like, I need to buy the thing now. I need to do everything with the kids now. You know, and I'm getting in my head. I was like, and this good song came on. I was like, well, fuck it. They're all dead. I'm still here. Fuck it. You know, I just, like, jammed on. Do you ever feel that, like, as, like, now at, like, your age, your point in your dadhood, like, you just sometimes maybe just like, fuck it. If this is a lottery, I must be lucky. I'm getting to continue going. Yeah.
I mean, I just appreciate, like, that I'm still okay right now and healthy. And then knock on wood again on that one. Jesus. I just feel like, for me, being able to be where I am right now and being able to still be able to hang out with my kids and enjoy myself. I'm not sure if I'm even answering a question, Tom, but at the same time, I feel like, I am in a good place, like right now, just in a good place. And I just want to make sure. And the thing is, my kids all live with me, which I like, dude, because we're all getting along. It's great. Yeah. So I want to keep that going. Like, I don't even want them to move the fuck out.
Yeah.
I want them to stay. I'm like, stay as long as you want.
Yeah.
Because you're all with me and we're all having fun and none of us fight ever.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, I get on my nerves a little bit here and there, but it's just been,
you're
not a bad thing, man.
Dude, you're so blessed in that way. And I know you have the wherewithal to know that, like, not everybody has that, right? Not every dad has it. Not every kid has the dad that has that, right? Yeah. And I'm not, I know, and I don't want to go down this road because it's very sensitive for you for sure. Like, your dad just passed away.
Yeah.
How old was your dad?
He was 85.
85. All right. It's fucking killer life,
man. He had a great, incredible life.
Dude, so my dad died, he was 43. I was 22, right?
It's tough.
I just got into the friend zone, right? I just got into, like, we're hanging out, we're hunting together and bullshitting, and there's no parenting going on, right? And Tom, how old were you when your dad passed? 30. So, like, I hear your stories and it makes me so happy and also a little bit jealous too, right?
I know. I understand.
But, like, doesn't it also and I'm always the positive guy, and I pull from that and say, like, well, man, I was 22. A lot of people didn't have a good dad for 22 years.
Correct.
Like, I had a pretty fucking awesome dad for 22 years, right? So I missed out on some shit. My dad didn't get to know my kids or my wife or none of that. But so I could sulk on that. I could be like, oh, boo-hoo me. Or I could say, like, God, how lucky am I that, like, I had 22 years to raise me, right? With a fucking good dad, right? Yeah. And I know without a doubt, if my dad was here, he'd be, 66, I think. Mm-hmm. He'd be fucking partying. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'd be crushing beers with him on the weekends, bullshitting, whatever. I know he'd have a blast with little Jerry. Yeah. And, like, all these good things, right? So whether it's you get to have what you had or I had what I had, it's like knowing where you're at and how blessed you are. And I always say, like, my dad dying is almost a blessing because it made me go, like, well, I got to make the most out of, like, with my kids, right? Because if I'm 45, I saw this meme or reel or something the other day, and it said and it threw out some arbitrary number, let's just call it 45. On average, you have 35 more years left. So your battery is at, like, 43%. That's your phone battery's at 43% left. And every year you lose 1.5% of your battery life.
Easy.
What are you doing? And it's like, you can go, wow, that sucks. Or you can go, like, okay, let me get realigned and find out what's important, right? It's not, and you live it. You talk about work. Well, before we started rolling, you're like, I'm not doing what I should be or could be doing.
I know I am.
But like, who fucking cares?
I don't care as much.
No.
I was talking to my wife. She's like, well, I'm like, Peggy, we got to stop caring about this stuff so much. I mean, like, it just, I look at more like I want to have fun and, like, look at, like, I don't know. Making money isn't this is terrible. I shouldn't say this. I'm with this on freaking camera.
No, it's true.
I don't know if making money is as important to me now as just living life. I know. No. That sounds really bad.
Well, what's more important? What's a more important currency to you? The U.S. dollar or your time?
Time.
That's the currency. That's the only currency that matters, right?
Yeah,
you
already got that one.
Yeah, and there's an infinite amount of U.S. dollars to make. There's not an infinite amount of time.
And I'm not a very high end kind of person, so I don't need to go and have. I'm not a champagne guy. I'm cool with, like, the
Coors
most
Light.
Simple shit.
Yeah, you said you go to the bar and order Coors Light.
I don't know if you saw the video. There's me and I would love you two guys to come. That would be awesome. In my backyard, I set up a freaking tent with a freaking stove in it with a heater. We eat, chill out. We do whatever the hell we want to do, me and my boys, and we just eat and freaking drink and party.
Awesome.
Do a little bit of this and shit. Next thing you know, we're just fucking having a blast.
And
I'll send you that video. It's freaking awesome.
So essentially, we're talking about blessings. Your blessing now is that you're blowing up online. So it's like now you're gonna become everybody's cool dad.
Yeah.
You know? So do you feel a sense of responsibility there? Do you feel like you need to nurture this?
It's very interesting you say that. I'm going to just keep being me and being my natural self. I do not want to act. I don't want to play any part. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to be as natural as I can because I refuse to play that part. Yeah. I've refused to change who I already have been the last X amount of years.
Yeah.
Because if I do that, it's not going to be natural.
No.
I've got to be natural. So I want it to not. I don't want it to be. I don't want to change anything. I don't want to play a part like I'm going. Oh, Lou, you got to, like now you got to have somebody. You got to do it this way now. No, I refuse to.
People used to say that to Jerry and I. They were like, we'd ask people like, how do we like, get more views? How do we get more clicks? Or people would tell us, like, oh, you got to do, like, what's trending and do this and that. I'm like, that's not even us. Who the fuck cares about something?
Yeah.
Like, that's not natural. Like you're saying, like, we don't give a fuck about that. What are you selling?
Yeah, I just feel like you got to be natural, and everybody just has to have, like, we're talking, like, guys here. It's just a freaking blast right now.
Yeah.
I knew this would be fun.
I told you.
I knew this would be fun. I knew this would be fun. It's funny because people are like, oh, you got to get nervous. You got to get prepared. I'm like, no. I'm like, I can tell it's Jerry, and I didn't know you, Tom, but obviously I know you now. And I just felt like I'm just going to be me and just speak and just have a good time.
Because it's no different than being in the setting like you talked about in your backyard.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't even know if a microphone's right in front of me. I'm hanging out, like having a cocktail with you guys, early in the morning here. Not even early now, but for me it's early in the morning. But I mean, it's just been great. Like I could just like the three of us are going to hopefully hang out even after this. I mean, like
for sure.
Have you and your daughter made plans to nurture this moment more at all? What's happening?
You mean this moment here right now? I'm sorry.
Of the blowing up online.
Yeah. Well, I was, with what we're doing on, I told her like, hey, you may want to just, earlier I was telling you guys, I'm going to make sure she catches up with me this weekend because she's going to pick me up at the fraternity post function. So there is some measure of planning too, though. Like I go, hey, honey, like you mean nurturing me, like continuing to keep it rolling? You mean is that what you're saying?
I believe in your ability to say, hold my beer, watch this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to nurture that moment. Is she like, hey, let's get dad's schedule.
Yeah.
And then also in the background, is there going to be a collective like, hey, let's try to focus some maybe on this. Maybe now you say you don't like some of your work. Maybe then do you lean into what she's doing more?
Yeah, because she's going to become a real estate agent with my.
Oh
wife.
Yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, we're gonna parlay all through that. Yeah, we're gonna like feed on to each other. Like I'm doing so she gets like gifts that come from her. I don't even know where she gets these. She has a catalog through TikTok or something like that. And I'm doing the lives with her, so I'm supporting her now. So her and I have. Mentioned that time, our relationship's gotten cooler, even more than it was, because I call her and I go, Ma, you got to make sure, are you driving all right? Because you're part of this, like we're on this team shit now together. Like we're doing this shit together. And it's just laughing her ass off. It's just been a now
you guys get to have some real, like now you're doing business together.
Yes, and it's cool, but it's like very casual. It's not uptight. It's funny.
But it's like it's a bird's eye view at what's already going on. You know what I mean? She is still doing her thing that she originally set out to do, which I'm assuming was food reviews.
Yeah, that was mostly, right?
Yeah.
And the college stuff too, and the college funny stuff too.
Yeah. So then that, and there's because there's a whole nother aspect to that a lot of people don't think about or don't get to see, and honestly don't even have the ability to do, is the cool dad that's being his knucklehead self, right?
Totally.
Dude, the video of you just sleeping on the kitchen floor.
So many of those.
Just snoring. Yeah. And have you seen the video? It's like 4 seconds long. And it's Lou laying on the linoleum floor.
Like, in mummy position.
Snoring. And it's like, that's real life, right?
Yeah.
That's
the dog's next to me.
Yeah, that's Maya's life.
And anybody that knows Dewey, that's
how we roll.
Like the old.
That's how we roll,
dude. You
sleeping on pizza boxes.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, you eating the spaghetti. Is there any egregious food your mother made that I could?
Yes.
And you hammered legit like probably a pound of pasta.
Yes. Yeah, that's probably a little bit of weed here.
But like we've all been there.
You're walking out with a full fucking.
That's a full munchy time.
But dude, we've all been there, right? Everybody watching has been there before. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 80. Mm-hmm. Everybody has been in that spot. Like, I got the fucking munchies so bad. I want to hammer down whatever I can see in the refrigerator. And the combos I'm making do not make sense. I remember one time Pam was fucking mega high one day, and we come home and okay, what's available? There's a cauliflower pizza in the oven, right? She makes a cauliflower pizza, and then she takes Thai chili sauce, and she's dumping the Thai chili sauce on the cauliflower pizza, eating it. And I was like, man, I know you're fucked up right now.
You know.
You just like,
you're doing
that combo would have never happened ever in a million years. Have you been sober coming home? You would have been like, you know what? I'll just eat in the morning. Yeah. No, there's no control.
There's no you're just doing exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
Right
and
now.
So that makes you relatable. which and then you obviously Maya's demographic is college age kids.
Yep.
So these college age kids watch a 55-year-old guy doing the same shit that they fucking do.
They want to do.
And they're like, oh my God,
this
could be me.
This could be me in 25 years.
That's the guy I want to be. So
that's what I get.
What Tom said, now you've become everyone's dad. I believe that. And it's a good thing.
And the comments, actually, it's funny. The comments say it. He's like, he's everyone's dad. He wants to be, he's my dad. Like, it's kind of cool because the comments, there are people that say, I've lost my dad when I was this age. He's my dad now.
Oh,
I got a lot. Like, I just happened to pop through some of the comments.
Dude,
and it was pretty cool.
That gets me choked up.
Wow. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I'm like, or like, you're so lucky because I lost my dad when I was younger and here you are. And he obviously likes to see you. And it was just, I mean, I'll be honest, man. Like, I don't look at every single comment, but I did dive in on the one that was the ceiling one with the water coming down. Yeah. That one was the blow up one. And that one I was watching and I learned all these new words like, he's a beekeeper. Beekeeper means beekeeper age, is like this whole new, like, I don't know what, it's some urban freaking dictionary shit of a guy that's a nice guy that he's good. He's in his 40s and 50s and he's like a good person. It's just like, it's really nice, or I get there's a thing called green flag. I never even heard of that. Oh, no. Green flag means you're a nice kid. You're a good person, but you're not creepy, I guess.
People want to be around you. Yeah,
and it's nice.
The drywall for me was so relatable because at the end of it, first off, living in Dewey, having a beach house, it's absolutely murdered by the end of summer. And you're going, okay, first off, we know we're not getting our deposit back, but we'd like to at least not get charged. So one of the old head Dewey guards had to come in, or someone's dad would always have to come in, do all the drywall work, patch everything up. So every time we got a house, we'd take everything off the walls, all the nice lamps, it'd all go in some closet. At the end of the year, somebody's dad come and do all the drywall work that we put all the holes in and shit.
Dude,
so I saw that, I was like, yo, I can relate to that so much.
Dude, the best when you're like halfway up the attic stairs and you're like, two things. One, go downstairs, give me a beer. And like, she's like, no, you don't need a beer. It's like, no, I'm stressed out. And you're standing there with your shirt off and your hand on your hip, looking up, drinking the beer. It's like, that is real fucking life. That's real dad shit right there. You're like, all right, I'm not in the right state of mind. Here's a problem. I have to deal with it. There's no other way to go, right? Because let's just say a kid, someone less experienced, someone that maybe isn't much of a dude or a man will go like, oh, fuck, let me call somebody and I'll deal with it tomorrow. Yeah. You're like, nah, fuck it. We're ripping down drywall.
No, I was going after it.
I'm going to find who it is.
I was 100% ready. Yeah, so I get after it when it
we got to deal with this head on. Yeah. And like most of our content is really just comedy, just for shits and giggles. We don't talk about anything too serious, even though we do dive deep in the shit.
Yeah.
But you need at some point at whatever given time, you have to be prepared to be a man, to be a dad, to be a leader. And you're like, hey man, I was just at a Starbird pounding shots and having a good time, relax. I'm off. I'm not working. Hey, some dad shit came up. I got to deal with it. I got to push that aside and I got to deal with it.
It's funny you mentioned that, guys. It's like I was at Starbird Claw and it was we had a bunch of people together and Peggy, my wife, turns around and goes, look at the FaceTime. And I see dripping water coming in. It's pouring rain, which is what really threw everything off.
Okay.
It was pouring rain. I'm thinking roofs issue, right? I get right out and I just threw my beer I chugged that, of course, first, and then took off 2 blocks down the road in the pouring rain. I'm wet. You can see the video. I'm like, I'm all messed up. She's like,
you're huffing and puffing, blowing like a racehorse.
I'm like, next thing you know, that's when it all just went from there. And it was just fun as shit. It wasn't a fun time, but it was stressful, but also part of it was with 7 beers in you by that point, you're kind of having like fun with it and you're trying to figure out what's going on. I told you I called my good friend and he's trying to help me.
What time was this?
It wasn't that late. It was probably it was actually before a concert we were supposed to go to, so it was about 9. It was only 9.
Okay.
But we started earlier, like it's 7.
Because the girls hadn't went out yet.
No, they were, and funny, they happened to just be there, and for them, sometimes I feel like they they might not go. They don't go out till like 11 sometimes. These kids, they pregame, right? Don't they, Tom?
We used to after lifeguard, we'd go home. We'd watch Triple D, which is Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. I'd watch it until like 10:30. Look over Drew, like, ready to go out?
You ready?
Yeah.
Dude. It doesn't get going till 10 o'clock, and some
it's a different, for the young kids. Late down at the beach.
Yeah, for the young ones, you go out a little earlier.
Dude, we would do that too. Same thing. We would, when we would do our boys week, we would always do a boys week every summer back in the early 2000s. We would stay at the Best Western when the Best Western had balconies.
Yep.
And, I have fucking videos of us shotgunning beers on the Best Western balcony, and you could see Ruddertown. There was nothing. It was just a parking lot. And Cape Hassa and Lighthouse, that was it. And, but yeah, we would be down there, and it would be like 10:30. You'd be like, okay, let's get our shirts on. Cause like back in the day, I know we would always, don't put on your shirt. And this is so gay to say, but before the fucking Jersey Shore shit, like we all knew, like you don't put your shirt on until you get ready to go out.
Yeah.
So we're all hanging out, and they're like, okay, you ready to put your shirts on? Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
So you get, and we would legit, it would be 10:30, and be like, okay, everybody get ready now. Now we're going to go out. We've drank, we just had this drink called Pat Sajak. And I don't know who the fuck named this thing. Yeah. But it was Fierce Grape Gatorade, Fierce Grape Gatorade, and Burnett's Orange Vodka. And Burnett's is probably one of the lowest low vodkas. It was a plastic squeeze bottle, like you could fucking squeeze it. And so Fierce Grape Gatorade, Burnett's Orange Vodka. We called it a Pat Sajak for some fucking reason.
Yeah, he's like a game show host or something.
Yeah, pounding fucking Pat Sajaks. And then, okay, it's 10:30. Let's get ready. Let's go over to Rudder and let's get fucking wild for 2 hours.
No.
That's all you would do. You know what I mean? And now
late night and at the beach, always lifeguard moves. Always who's hosting late night?
Yeah,
who's
that's
hosting
cool.
late night? That's always that was always a lifeguard.
That's
term
cool.
like
You
that.
guys had.
I've had a couple of them.
That's cool. You had that. You did that. You did the lifeguard thing. You guys, you Tom, right? You didn't do it, Jerry.
No.
But he had that fun.
Yeah,
he had that fun.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. I never did that. That's cool.
I try to get my daughter into it. My daughter loves the beach, loves the ocean. She can swim like a fish. Yeah, and I've always tried to get her to do the like junior lifeguard thing. Yeah. And she's always like, no, I don't want to do it. Okay. I don't want to do it. And I almost want to force her because Charlotte's the type of girl that you almost have to like push into something to get her to agree to it.
Realize what you're going to get into.
Yeah. Because I'm like, you've been here since you were a fucking infant.
Yeah.
Like, and you love it here. You feel comfortable here. Like you love the beach. You're comfortable in the ocean. Go have fun for a few weeks in the summertime. It could grow into, and what I want her to experience that lifestyle, even though it scares the shit out of me, I still want her to experience that. You know?
I mean, the reality also is if you're going to do that, you're going to meet new people, and a lot of, how it is in all our business. You're self-employed. We all, it's about who you know.
Yeah. Your network.
It's your network.
And I'm sure it's the same thing with your fraternity, right? You probably have a network of dudes.
Sure.
That you can
see about 30 guys. I can't wait. We're going to talk shit. We're going to get back. It's so cool when it's so funny because you guys are still younger than me, but when you get to my age, it's so funny to see guys that you knew in college that you did. I mean, there's guys I'm just starting to see again after 25 years,
That's awesome.
35 years. And they've changed and they've kind of calmed down and they're not as like, all like, the same. Like they were always cool, but we didn't even know each other. Now they're like, you're like, they're really like, we're all like buds now.
Yeah.
It's almost better than it was when I was in college.
Because you can you appreciate
you're
the
here,
thing.
and you know what, you're there, you're actually making an effort to show up to the reunion.
Yeah.
If you're there, you're making that effort, it means you give a shit.
Yeah, because you're busy. You can easily say,
I'd be like, I don't really care about you guys, never liked you, whatever. No, you like them. You're there. There's a guy, in fact, that I wasn't even friends with, that he and I become good friends after all this shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we were friendly, but we're like really much closer.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with
really
that.
Cool.
We're in the age of when I'm in Dewey, I either run into guys that like hit me up like, yo man, we'll take the family out. Like, I got a boat, pontoon, we'll take the family out. I'm like, and the little guys are like, I can't believe we're talking like this now, because before it would have been like, yo, how we fucking this place up.
Yep.
And then then like, what's ever happened? What's his name? Oh, dude, he just dove in that Dewey life, man. Still just doing the same fucking thing. Dude, one of our first conversations when you lifeguard in Dewey is Todd will tell you, he'll say, this is Dewey Beach. He said, you'll either lose yourself or you'll find yourself, and fuck, you may do both in the summer. And it's so true. Some people, you'll just watch people. First off, a lot of the women, you watch the girls who thought they had a best friend, they cannot live together. You know what I mean? And So you watch people lose their mind with all the partying, being that close to everybody every single day, and then everyone leaves Dewey, and then you watch like, oh, they're still drinking every day. Oh, they're still like, I've had talks with buddies like, hey man, you gotta stop chasing the dragon, dude. I'm like, those days are gone. Yeah. There's no more. What do they say in Blow? He says, there's no more pretty women and white horses at my door anymore. You know, like, that shit's all gone, dog. You know, like
that's so true.
You gotta move on. Then I'll see someone else. I used to party with Hard. Like we used to fucking tear people's houses down. They'd be like, hey man, cool. Yeah, you want to meet up with the families, bring the kids out? I'm like, and then we look at each other like, yep, we're adults now. You know what I mean? Like, this is the conversation we have.
Well, a perfect example of that is the Labor Day weekend, Friday. Me and my wife were like, look, she's a teacher, so she had students coming Tuesday, you know, and this is the last weekend we're going to get it in Dewey. So let's do an adult boat day. So our favorite thing to do is take the boat from Lewis down to Dewey. We anchor up behind the rudder. We hang out. She's reading the book. We're drinking, and you know how it is. Like, the people anchored up out there. You stop the pontoon?
Yeah.
So you anchor up anywhere, and you meet friends. You share bottles. So like, we're gonna have an adult swim. The kids were at Hershey Park with my sister-in-law. And Tom, his boat stays at Indian River Inlet. So he met us up there with him and his wife Candace and their kids. And I'm like, well, we're kid free, but I don't give a shit about your kids. Yeah. So we anchor up. We're tied up together, having a good time. And Tom takes his kids up to the beach right there where the volleyball court is behind rudder. And they're hanging out, and the kids are doing their thing, and Tom's being a good parent and doing his thing. And I'm kid free, so I don't give a fuck. And we're up there, and Tom's like, yep. This is what would you say? It's like, this is a lot. Dude, these kids don't even fucking know. Like, they don't know how I could be doing right now. Yep. And he's just telling his son to stop throwing sand on his little sister. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
I call it boot camp right now.
And I'm like,
responsible stuff, man.
You guys want to have another sip of this buzzball? Or, because, me and Pam were in the mood. We're like, getting in. This is the last summertime trip to Dewey. We'll go down in the fall. But like, hey, we're going to relax a little bit. We're going to run up to rudder. We're going to have a shot of Ruppelmints and be fucking dumb. Because I know, well, you and, me and my wife Pam ran into you and Peggy at the Starbird years ago. Yep. And this is how Lou is. Run into each other. What's up? Hey, you want to do a shot? And order up shots of Fireball. And Peggy's amazing too. You're so fucking, and I don't even know Peggy like that.
I've met her. My shit.
Dude, she's a fucking saint.
She's a saint.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah.
And me and Pam still talk about that all the time. Like, remember that time we ran into Lou and he just like, and you didn't know Pam then.
No.
And we sit there and bullshit and we have a shot together and we're like, we're legit living like we're 21 for a couple. And in that moment, we're Pam and Jerry, not mom and dad.
Yeah.
You're Lou and Peggy, not mom and dad. Mm-hmm. Right. And isn't that like super important to like do that?
Absolutely. That's huge. You have to do that. I mean, it keeps you, I think it keeps you young and keeps you like mentally okay too.
And it keeps your relationship healthy.
It does.
Right. Because how many parents go like, my kids are first, which I don't agree on that at all. That's a whole nother conversation, but no, we have to make an effort to be Pam and Jerry, to be Lou and Peggy, to be Tom and Candace. And we're not just mom and dad. We're more than that. So we are, I know Pam and I are intentional about saying that we had enough of these fucking monsters. Let's go out.
Yeah.
Even if it's just 2 hours, right? And like, I'm there now where I could leave my kids. We'll go in town. We'll go to Paint and Stave on a Thursday or Friday night, and we could just be Pam and Jerry for a couple hours. And the kids have a phone, and they could text us and say, "Hey, we're good," or we can check in with them. And to be able to be, yourselves, not just a mom and dad, and then you go home, and then you're dating again, right? Yeah. So you have that effort, and you have to be intentional about it. Right. And then you go home and you have amazing sex and you kind of forget that you're like parents for a couple minutes.
Make it to the house. Maybe stop off the cornfield.
Maybe do it in the car.
Maybe sometimes maybe some, do. And we've done that before too. It's like, hey, we're going to pull off to this little side parking lot here. We're going to have some fun.
Remember when Pam, I was first talking to Candace and Candace went up to Pam and she's like, yeah, Tom says he's going to take me out for a 4-wheeler ride. And Pam was like, yeah, I've been on plenty of those.
I love it.
It's so important. It's so important to I feel like it's so important to make sure you're yourself. You know what I mean? And you're so fucking lucky that you get to do that with your daughter right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
All 3 kids.
And I didn't want to make this. I didn't want to make this show about her because she's obviously phenomenal what she does, and you guys are blowing up on TikTok. And it's even to the point where like I felt bad reaching out to you. And what's the first thing I said to you? Like, Lou, I've been a bad friend. I'm sorry, I haven't talked to you before.
Yeah, but I don't look at it like that.
No, I know you don't.
I told you.
I know.
I park in my house. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I'm
know.
Dude, I'm coming down here, and if I can help, if I can make both of us, all 3 of us, can grow something.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Why not?
Oh, for sure.
Like, this is a great experience for me. I'm like, this is going to be this is just
you're going to
to
get more of this, man. You're going to get more of this that as you grow in popularity. And obviously I'm sure, you know, she's monetized TikTok and I'm sure, and she's getting gifts and do this. So like it's coming for you and a lot. So hopefully we're the first. Hopefully you don't forget the little guys.
No, this is
with our dozens of listeners
it's funny
we have.
You say that. I don't feel that way at all. I just, like I said, this hasn't gotten even close to where my head is different. I'm just still the same guy and I'm just not like that.
You will be heard in 28 countries?
Yeah, we're in like 22 to 28 countries. Bro, we made like $2.75 last month. Bro,
that's
pretty much blowing a phone.
Bro, we are basically rich. We're basically rich. But no, I think it's really phenomenal what she's doing. I love that. The thing that stands out to me the most is that you are such a good dad, and it's proof that you are a good dad because she's included you in this.
Thanks, brother.
She could very easily, or another kid could very easily blow up on their own.
Yeah. And
not include their dad,
True.
Which is like, and we always, as much comedy and bullshit as we talk, we always kind of circle back to, you're going to be a good dad. You're going to be a dude. You're going to be a real man. You know what I mean? And that's what you're doing. And your kids are proof of how you are. You know what I mean? So like that's,
a lot to me.
Like, don't lose sight of that because you're fucking doing it right. And the best part is,
appreciate you saying that, man.
You're just being.
Sometimes I don't really know if I'm doing it right. You know, I really.
None of us do, right? Me and Soft talk all the time. Like, I don't know. I might be fucking these kids up. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just doing the best I can. I'm just trying to be a little bit better, you know, a little bit. And like, and the cool thing about parenting is, and the challenging thing is like, you have, how old's your oldest again?
She's 25.
25. But you've never parented a 26-year-old.
Mm-mm.
So it always changes. My daughter just turned 12. I've never had a 12-year-old. I don't know what that is.
Right.
And I always say, like, all right, enjoy the 11-year-old because once she's gone forever. Uh-huh. I'll never have an 11-year-old daughter again. Mm-hmm. So going into 12 to 13, I in my mind is like, all right, I have 12 to 13. I'm never going to have this again with my daughter. So how can I make this the best year and have her have memories without making it look fake, right?
Yeah,
I'm just being conscious of like where I'm at. Like I'm never going to have a 12-year-old daughter again. I'll have a 12-year-old son soon, but that's different, right? Don't you parent your son different than you parent your daughters?
Yeah.
Is what it is, right? So being aware of it is so fucking huge. And I didn't want to make this like super duper serious or like in depth, but like being conscious of that is important, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Well, you're making me think actually when you say that. Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
So like pretty soon in a blink of an eye, Maya's going to be 30. She might be married. You might be
She might be out of the state. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'm cherishing all these moments with her, my daughter Jilly, my son Nick. I mean, I'm just like glad they're home still. I'm actually enjoying that they're home. It's funny because this may be the only. I'm just going to look back at these memories. Here they are. High school, college. They go to Delaware now. They were, Delaware wasn't too far, but they all lived to college.
Yeah,
and they're back, and I'm like, this is cool. Like, I'm like, I don't want them to leave. They could stay as long as.
That's so
whatever,
back
man.
In the hive, dude.
I'm like, cool, man, because we all get along. There's no
that's so
there's
great.
No weirdness. It's just good. It's just, it's chill. It really is.
No, I don't know Maya. Never met her. I've heard you talk about her for all the years I've known you.
She's hysterical.
But we would love, and you could chat with her or we'll chat with her. Yeah. I would love to do food stuff with her here in Kent County.
Yeah.
We could do like a Helen sausage or the Smyrna Main Street Market.
There's no doubt we can.
So Tom knows some good like sort of would you say off menu or under?
Some off menu. Well, first off, I'm a secret fat ass. I know secret menu off stuff everywhere. That's why my cholesterol's out the roof. But the local one here, if you were to do one in Smyrna, it would be Helen's Sausage versus the old Tony's Sausage House, which is now Amy's. But there's two battling sausage and cheese sandwiches in our county that they go head to head.
Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we?
Are you them? Are you with this? You know,
I can totally do.
And that's a legit thing. Like some people, when it was Tony's, it was like, well, I like Tony's better than Helen's, and then you got Team Helen's. Well, now Helen's is way better, right? It's just, and like it's opportunity for her, right? And then if we can mix up with her being the Kent County boys, and then the Main Street Market here in town makes, in my opinion, the best fucking sub and cheesesteak around. I mean, dude, the meat that they put on their sandwich can't even shut.
You can't even
it's like you can't shut it. It's like how are you making money? Because you can make 3 more sandwiches with what you get.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how they make money. They put so much fucking meat on it.
That's what she's doing right now. That's one of her main things. Besides the, the little TikToks that she does with either I or her friends or something. But the food is really where her her genre is.
On the 29th, we better set up a camera on the fucking golf cart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we might have to put a camera on that golf cart.
Look, man, that's going to be a good time. I'm glad I brought that up.
I'm doing it.
I thought about
Just
that.
let me know what I need to do.
All right,
what I got to do.
We'll do a whole Dewey night, right?
I'll text you. I'll text you the details.
Where are we going again? Is it Kings Creek?
Kings Creek.
Yeah. So that'll be cool. I mean, honestly, man, we could spend the night at my place, so I don't give a shit.
He's got his house, his condo is like 300 yards from Kings Creek.
Well, that works too.
Dewey, so what I mean?
We could do whatever. Like I said, man. I mean, that weekend, as far as I can think of my mind, I don't think we're. I don't know. Peggy's going to be down. So was that a Saturday or is that a Friday? What is that?
I think it's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
Yeah.
Shit.
Even
done
better.
Deal.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? No way, Peggy. You should be working.
Yeah. Well, look, man.
That's a done deal. Go ahead.
We're going to wrap this up. I appreciate you being down here.
Appreciate you guys bringing me.
Huge fucking deal. What a great conversation. I really hope we can do more together. And honestly, I want to go fucking hang out in your backyard in the tent.
Well, I'll be reaching out to you.
No cameras, no recording, just being good old scumbags. Yep. So what we like to do every show, Tom's going to take us out. Tom, what do you got for us today?
Today, obviously, we talked a lot about being a dad. So everyone that's listening out there, if you're looking to be a good dad, you got a good example right in front of me today that you just listened to. So get out there, be yourself with your kids, listen, talk, go show them how to be a fucking, a good fucking patron of the bar. Don't get in the mix, hang back, be cool, and go fuck yourself.